we are United by Race, where we talk about all things API and Native Hawaiian, not just in entertainment, but beyond. My name is Junko Goda. I'm an actor and Japanese English interpreter, and I'm here with my co host, Ben Lee. Hey, Ben.
Yep. Hey there, and I'm Ben Lee. I'm a writer with Awards Focus and United by Rice, and of course, Junko's co-host. So, welcome everybody to United by Rice. Thank you
Hey.
for joining us again. And Junko, how are you?
Yeah, I'm doing well. I'm doing well. I actually, while you were still traveling, I got a little bit of time to speak to D'Lo, who is one of the comedians that is part of the lineup for Belly Laughs Festival, which is this coming weekend, July 12, 13. Right? I can do math in my head. Yes,
Yes, that's right.
Saturday, Sunday. Yep, at
That's right.
LA
Now,
Live.
and you, among the other guests that we've had, like Kieran and Asif and even Michelle, um, those folks have come to us through Cape or through different PR things. But you knew D'Lo. You actually reached out to him directly. What's the connection or background?
Yeah. Deal and I think our I think we must have probably met through Tuesday Night Project, which is, I think, in the United States, the longest running open mic. It was that's focused on Asian American artists. They are, oh gosh, 35 years old, 30 years old, I think. They're currently on their second generation of leadership. But it's wonderful. It's held, it's an open mic and some house artists that airs, takes place twice a month during the summers in front of the East West Players Courtyard. And what's wonderful is that we'll have anything. We'll have dance, poetry, obviously music, performance art plays, and we're right in the middle of downtown LA. So we are surrounded by, the fire trucks, the helicopters, the city sounds, and it's just all part of it. And that's kind of how we spend about 2.5 hours in this courtyard, just sharing and kind of, I guess, celebrating creativity in our community. So that's how D'Lo and I met, I believe. Let's see, yeah, and I do remember D'Lo doing stand up like even 18 years ago. And actually also before he had transitioned, D'Lo's trans male, and and identifies as Sri Lankan as well. So he definitely is showing up for his community a lot. And so recently, and I talk about this a bit in our discussion, but I had seen his solo performance, two renditions. One was like the first time it was out, and then an updated version about his life and community. Yeah, so I'm on the lineup for Belly Laughs. I was like, "Hey, what you doing?" Because I hadn't seen his stand up in a while. More on his solo work than stand up. So we are just catching up all these years, and just kind of how how creativity has manifested itself in these post COVID years. And then now we're just being like completely stimulated by what's happening now. And I would consider myself this too, but D'Lo's work is definitely rooted in community, with his different identities. So yeah, so we're both very community grounded and based creatives. So it was just really good, like catching up with him. It had been a while, so
Yeah, yeah. Well,
yeah.
that's great. Looking forward to seeing his
Yes.
performance as well.
Yeah.
And
Oh,
he's
yeah,
been,
which actually also I think
you know,
is
the
on the
time.
Saturday. A Saturday, I think everyone
Okay.
for whatever reason is in this like 2 to 4 p.m. time slot in the afternoon. So that's a nice time to be buzzed and seeing stand up.
Yeah, actually, I'm looking online now. Have they? I'm
Mhm.
not sure. Have they released a schedule as of yet? Bellylaughsfestival.com
Oh,
for anyone
yeah.
that wants to still get tickets. It's July 12th and 13th again. I don't think I've seen one yet. I just know that it's roughly from like 11 a.m. to like 10 p.m. both days.
Think so? I'm like,
Yeah.
"Ugh." Yeah, I think it's one of those things, just get there and you figure it out. So, this is the first time that they're doing this. And for those outside of LA, LA Live is basically where, Staples Center, whatever it's called, Crypto.com Arena, whatever. Uh, Staples Center is located. Yeah, it's just a lot of room, a lot of restaurants. Parking is probably not going to be too bad, actually, thankfully. Although maybe overpriced. Who knows how that is? Footnote: I am just coming out of Anime Expo, and last year the all-day parking was $40, and this year was $50. Thank you to my clients who reimbursed me for parking, but I might be looking for other ways of transport next year. It might just be easier to just take a ride share and get dropped off where I need to get dropped off versus like waiting, parking, walking. We'll see. Anyway, so LA Live parking for Belly Laughs Festival is a little bit up in the air, but there is plenty of parking for sure. So maybe carpool and just, split. Yeah, maybe split
I
the
booked
cost.
I booked a hotel point 0.1 miles from it, so I think I'm just walking.
Yes. Although my friends did book a place, I think point 0.7 miles west of LA Convention Center area, and and they noticed like the walk to the convention center in the morning is okay, but he's like, we're definitely not walking this at night. I'm like, no, no,
Mm,
no, 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 you don't want to do that.
yeah, yeah,
So
yeah.
yeah. Okay, well I'm glad. Yeah, yeah, it sounds like you're fine as far as like where you're staying. Um
Well,
yeah,
this is our
so
last episode before Belly Laughs, right? So
I think
we've
so. Yeah,
had a
yeah.
nice little run up here. I just noticed on their lineup
One of them. Yeah.
for Saturday, July 12th, after Hassan, Minaj, and Kumail, they have in that same kind of headliner size
Mm.
um, font, surprise guest.
Right, right, right.
So I wonder who that could be. I guess we'll find out. I actually expect there's probably going to be quite a few different little
Yeah.
cameos throughout the weekend,
Yeah, because
given
I've
how tight the
already
community is. Yeah.
yeah, because I've seen, actually, I've seen the commercials running for this, I think they're only running them in the mornings. At least I see it on Channel 5 down here, but yeah, they're highlighting, like, Hassan Minaj, Kamal Nanjiani, Margaret, and Bobby Lee, and also Joel Kim Booster. Those are the
Uh,
folks that they've been highlighting in this commercial. So,
Okay. I'm
yeah,
surprised not Sherry Cola, but I know
oh,
she's
actually,
been
you're
doing
right.
a
No, no,
lot
Sherry.
of,
No,
yeah.
yeah, they did highlight Sherry in the commercial. Actually, come through
Okay.
it. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, yeah. So we'll see how it is.
Yeah.
It's another pilgrimage for me back to that area for a second weekend. We'll
I'm
see.
excited to run around this event though, whether we are able to do much from a podcast and interview standpoint or not. Like just seeing the comedy, eating food, and just hanging out with a lot of crazy Asian people is going to be a lot of fun.
Yeah, we'll see. Yeah, we'll see how it goes. And I know other people like Ronnie was saying, this is one of those great opportunities to just catch up with a lot of your friends because they're
Yeah,
all touring or on shows or busy all the time. And there is that time period when you're all coming up together, when you do spend a lot of time and then you have like a 10-year gap. And then, it's a good opportunity just to get together again.
yeah. No, I'm
Without,
sure
I
it will
guess,
be a
yeah, without
blast.
much, yeah, and without much pressure because I think everyone's sets are like 20, 30 minutes, something like
Yeah,
that. Yeah,
and
yeah.
especially if everyone does what you suggested and is buzzed by like 2-3 p.m., then it's really going to be a good time. So,
Yeah, my strategy is usually probably like one beverage. Yeah, I'm probably so I'm a whiskey person, so probably like
uh,
one whiskey-based beverage to hold me over for, like, at least, like, the first 2 hours, and I'll still be buzzed for another hour, so that's, like
yeah.
yeah. So that's my plan,
I'm a whiskey
theoretically.
drinker too. Are you, of course, I'm gonna stereotype, and are you a Japanese whiskey drinker or an Irish whiskey
Oh,
drinker?
I I always my default answer has always been I drink whatever, I am in the mood for. So sometimes if it's like, if I want to grow some hair on my chest, I definitely am like looking for the PD, like Blackadder
Mm,
or something. Yeah, something very Ardbeg, Lefroy. Yes, those things. And then if I'm like, I just want something easy and yeah, like a standard like go to is probably like a Macallan. Yeah, I kind of go for those because they're like generally a cheaper pour.
what number
Um,
Macallan? It depends what number Macallan. What number are
no,
you talking
12.
about?
Just that's
Okay,
just like
yeah,
a 12 is just on every. bar shelf, and it's kinda safe. It's yeah, it's yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if I know we talked about your friends and neighbors when Olivia Munn was on, and I don't know if you remember, but there's a couple scenes in that series, but
Mhm.
one of the opening scenes of the episode, first episode, so of the show, um, he's drinking a Macallan 25,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
and he's going through a divorce and all that. And I remember going to a bar not long after seeing that episode and seeing a Macallan 25, like, oh, how much is a couple ounces of that? And he said, oh, $2,000.
Really? For
Yeah,
25?
yeah. So from 12 to 25 is a huge
Yeah,
leap. I don't have my hopes up that they're gonna have high-end whiskey at
yeah,
Belly Laughs, but
yeah.
we'll see.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
But speaking of food, by the way, I wanted to show, a new friend. I'll call her a old but new friend,
Mhm.
Kathy Fang, who is the chef at House of Nanking in San Francisco, and also a sister restaurant called Fang. And she's the daughter of the chef that founded House of Nanking, which is an institution here in San Francisco. She's also has a show on the Food Network and is about to release a cookbook. But she sent me this hoodie,
Oh,
which I'm
nice.
too hot in my office right now to put
Yeah.
on. But I just want to say thank you for that. And I am planning, some type of podcast with her, Junko.
Yeah, you should. Yeah, 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 definitely.
I was thinking we might have to do it though. You'll have to schedule some time to come up to San Francisco because I was
That's
thinking
true.
we should do it at her restaurant and do
In
like a
person's better.
live recording. And her cookbook comes out, I think, in a month or so. So
Got it.
we'd like to time something like that. But anyway, shout
That's
out
possible.
to Kathy, and we'll talk about her more, and we'll have her on the show soon. But
Yeah, yeah.
thanks very much for sending me that hoodie.
Woo. Oh, Ben, you'll be excited. I turned on Netflix.
Ah,
So,
finally. All right, so we could talk about K-pop, Demon Hunter, Squid Game.
yeah,
What are you caught up on?
so Squid Game. So just to preface, I actually did post this on my social media, but props to the film Extraction 2 with Chris Hemsworth because that is my and it's 2, not the first one, because that always saves me for 4th of July. The gunshot noises, sound design in Extraction 2 is the same exact pitch as the fireworks in my neighborhood, so that when my dogs were out partying at a 4th of July party, they were already tired when they came back and they were passed out on the couch, but I was like, "Shit, I think I need to turn the movie on." Because context, I live South LA adjacent, and we are lit down here, as in, like, it's a war zone. It is a fucking war zone, I kid you not.
So
And
what? So I'm missing. So you turn the movie on to like shield the real
it
sound.
drowns out, yeah. Yeah,
Oh,
it just
interesting.
turns into yeah, you can't tell if it's fireworks or gunshots coming out out of the
And you're
stereo.
you're
There's there's air quality warnings. It is so bad here in South LA, or actually just all of LA. LA proper during 4th of July, if you drive through here, um, starting at sundown, the air is so bad. It's not fog, it's actually smoke from so
mm,
many fireworks.
wow.
I'm just like, don't other cities have this too? This has got to be normal. Okay, maybe not. Yeah. Yeah. So, yeah, so I was like, I actually turned on the 7 to 99 with commercials, which I actually don't mind. Okay, actually one of the commercials right now has Charlize Theron for old guard too, and I like
Hmm.
Charlize, so I don't mind
Okay,
that.
there you go. Yeah, actually, that it has that. I've been in Japan, so I don't know. Is that out yet? Old Guard 2?
Yeah, yeah, it's like been
Okay.
in the top 5 of Netflix. So, and to our listeners, this is how committed I am to this podcast, but I have 10 minutes left. 10 minutes left of season 3 Squid Games. But I was like,
I don't
I
know.
need to do a podcast. So I came
I don't
over
know
here.
how you hit stop with 10 minutes left because 10 minutes left. I think we can freely talk spoilers now. And if you haven't watched it yet, then stop listening now. But um, it is July 7th. So hopefully you've seen it all other than Junko. 10 minutes left. So where are you? You are at the moment.
Yeah, so they're at
Well,
the
the game has ended,
ended.
right?
Oh, and he finds the brother finds the baby.
Yeah.
He is handed off, and then
Okay.
the 2 funny, like, comedic relief guys are like, "Hey, we're gonna renovate the hotel,"
Yeah.
and that's where I hit pause. And
Okay.
I
So
was like,
you've seen most. Now, have you had spoiled for you yet who the big like I think I mentioned it on a previous episode, but there's a big cameo at the end that hints to Squid
actually, I'm
Game
right
coming to
right. I'm
yeah.
right at the cameo right now, and actually, when
Okay.
as soon as the scene changed, I was like, "Oh, this must be the cameo Ben was talking about.
Yeah.
Okay."
Yeah.
Um, so, I think I'm probably, like, 40 seconds out from that cameo.
Okay. Okay. So you've
Yeah.
seen almost everything. Well, any hot takes? What was your impression of
Uh,
the conclusion of the, at
yeah,
least for now, I assume the
honestly
Korean Squid Game?
yeah. Honestly, I think now I just wanna go back and probably read like, symbolisms or the things or "Did you see this Easter egg?" or "Did you see
Mm,
this in the storyline?" I'll be honest, I am in, uh Anime con recovery mode, so I was dozing off here and there. I'll probably end up spinning
have
Squid
to go back and
Games, like,
rewatch. Yeah.
yeah, as the dubbed version. I think a bunch of my friends actually are in the dubbed version. I do know, my friend Tom Choi did the English dub of like, the game master with the black mask.
Okay.
That's him. That's
The
has
front
been the
man. I mean, that's
front man. That's thank you, the
the
front man. Yeah,
big
yeah.
character. Yeah. I
Yeah, yeah,
I
yeah.
I assume that wasn't Byung Hun Kim's voice, so that makes sense. Okay.
Yeah, yeah. So, yeah, so I haven't listened to any of the dubs, so maybe that'll be my thing is I'll rewatch it with the dub. What el no, so was it K-pop Demon Hunter? I haven't seen yet. Um, yeah, honestly, like, post Anime Expo, I'm trying to, like, purge my brain of information that I don't need anymore.
Well, let's talk about anime. Is
Ah,
it Anime Expo or Anime Con? Or
it's, Anime Expo is
yeah.
LA
Like,
in July.
what are the big things this year in coming out of Anime Expo? Are
Uh,
there specific titles, specific
I
coming
mean,
soons that were
yeah.
getting the most attention?
Honestly, there's just so much damn content and so much stuff that, um, and this is my ninth con season, so I've done at least probably 30 conventions at this point, and honestly, like, depending on who the publisher is, like, there is no title of the moment, there's more of, like, the title of the genre maybe, um and or the title that a production company is really pushing because they are really very like standout titles and the standout titles with various longevities like One Punch Man was a big one that was out this year and then I think Jujutsu Kaisen I think is still doing strong and then there's a whole like Gundam I think it was on the gaming side. I get weaker on the gaming side, although I am involved in making a game right now. But yeah, this is just based on the big ads that are taken out on the side of the building kind of caliber.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, and there's like Sword Art Online, I think is still pretty big. I was in the Diamond Hall, so yeah, I did a Hatsune Miku title, which like I did. So 18 years ago, I actually did was it? I was part of, like, interpreting for Hatsune Miku, soundtrack at LA Live, and I didn't realize 18 years later, it's gonna be a game and, like, a phenomenon, so, yeah.
Yeah,
There's nothing specific, it's just, like, everything is special to someone, you know? You
yeah.
know what I'm saying? So, yeah.
It's like I imagine I've never been, but I imagine it's like a big Comic Con too. You've got gaming, you've got anime, you've got a lot of cosplay, I assume, and
Yeah, but compared to San I mean, all the I guess, like, the 4 big cons, so, like, Anime Expo, San Diego Comic-Con, Anime New York, and New York Comic-Con, like, they all have their different flavors and also different influences because they have different companies behind them
yeah,
backing them up. So, the curation's a little bit different, the feel is a little bit different from con to con for sure. Yeah, yes. Yeah. Oh,
Yeah,
yeah. Oh, yeah.
yeah, it will be a good topic for the future, like talking about because I feel
The
like
phenomenon that
video
is
games, are starting to become big IP, or not starting to, but I've always been big IP. But in terms of now transitioning very successfully to the big screen or small screen, right, with shows like Last of Us and
or even Star Wars, like, having their
yeah,
hand in animation to video games to, like, every what and they do card trading card games too, right?
sure, yep,
Right?
definitely,
Yeah, yeah,
yep.
yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. In
So,
fact, I think Magic the Gathering not too
like a
long ago
collab.
opened up
Yeah.
their partnership philosophy quite a bit. So now they
Mm.
have like Lord of the Rings and
Okay.
Marvel and Star
Got it.
Wars, Magic, the Gathering
Actually, I think I saw
titles. Yeah.
Magic, collab with, Final Fantasy. That's a big
Okay.
one.
Yeah.
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 They had a
Not
big
surprising.
ad, like, they had an entire
Yeah.
building put
Yeah.
in for the, ad, so, yeah. So, yeah, it was a big deal. I would say, though, that it was I would say attendance was down by 20%, if not maybe conservatively speaking 15%. I think it's probably because it's just expensive. Everything's just expensive
Yeah.
overall. There's still like ice raids going on. Our
Mm.
usual bacon wrapped hot dog vendors that are in the front of the
Oh
stadium
my God.
usually. There's usually like at least 4 right in the corner in the big intersection. Definitely not there. I saw 2 on the
Mm.
back end, but no one
Mm.
really on the front like we would traditionally see.
Yeah.
So, there's definitely that shift. Yeah.
See,
Yeah.
Trump's even killing Anime Expo somehow. So,
Yeah.
well, it's good to talk to you.
Yeah, good to chat to you.
Everyone, we'll look forward. Come say hi to us if you see us
Really?
uh,
Yes.
at Belly Laughs, but
Yes.
we'll try to adorn some type of United by Rice signage on our clothing of some
Somehow.
form.
And,
Yeah.
yep, and our podcast, or yeah, United by Rise can be found on Spotify. We are working Spotify and iHeartRadio for sure. We are working our way towards, iTunes next. And our Instagram, oh, Ben, you're gonna have to help me. United by Rice Podcast.
Yep.
One word?
You
Okay.
got it. Yep.
I'm getting
Yep.
there. I'm getting there.
Perfect.
Okay.
Perfect.
So this is my, interview with D'Lo. Enjoy. Hey everyone, back here, United by Rice, and I am with D'Lo. What's up, D'Lo?
What's up, Junko?
Hey, so I wanted to reach out to you because Belly Laughs is coming up, and not only was that an excuse to talk to you, but I haven't seen you since your 2022 Tea or Not to Tea, one person show that was at the LGBTQ Center. So I want to
No, it was
catch
at
up
the Kirk
session.
Douglas.
Oh no, that's right. Yes,
Yes.
rendition number one that I saw.
Yes. Yeah.
What year was that?
That
2019?
was 2019.
19. That's right.
Yeah.
2019 was version number 2 at LGBTQ Center and then at Kirk Douglas in
Yeah.
2022. So I want to know everything you've been up to and then leading up to Belly Laughs. Like,
Yeah.
oh, and I guess a short I guess bio of yourself for anyone tuning in and you know, they have never come across your name before.
Right. Well, my name is D'Lo. I go by he or they pronouns. Um, I am well, I guess in LA I would be considered an actor, writer, and comic. Um, but I started off as a poet and as a solo theater artist, and which I still do to this day. Um, and I'm also I identify as a community-based artist.
Oh, that's pretty much, and that's how we know each other, I guess, through Tuesday Night Project. That sounds about
Yeah,
right.
probably. Yeah.
I was like looking for one of your old emails, and I think it went back to 2012 or 2013, like back when we would do fundraisers around September, because like Tracy and a whole bunch of people had birthdays,
Yeah,
like Scorpio fundraiser birthday parties.
that's right.
Or so, yeah, when Oiwake was still around in Little Tokyo. Okay, yeah. Anyway, blast for the past. Okay,
Yes.
so and like so tea or not to tea. What is tea or not to tea? Was it ever digitized for public viewing? No, right?
No, so the issue is that the theaters like they had camera crew come in there um, on preview night, and then they don't let you record your copies throughout the run,
Yeah.
which
Mm,
sucks. And I think that
yeah.
that's a dumbass thing that it shouldn't be like that. Um, but yeah, no, we don't have it digitized except for that copy, and I have very limited access to that one because of theater.
Yeah, well, it is the live theater. You can only see it if you get your butt into a theater. But Tea or Not to Tea was basically kind of like your life up until up until 2019. Do you want to give
Yeah.
a quick rundown of what that was?
So it's To Tea or Not to Tea was a or is a play. It's it's one of three in a trilogy. I'm working on the third one right now.
Nice.
And the first one was my journey with my mother, who has been like a huge sort of pillar in the story of my queerness, in both good and terrible
Mm,
ways. But
yeah, parents.
yeah, parents.
Mm,
And then the second one, so To Tea or Not to Tea, was about masculinity and me kind of, you know, having this question marble in my head around what does beautiful masculinity look like? Like
mm,
if we as feminists know what toxic masculinity looks like, is it that all masculinity is bad, or what does beautiful masculinity look like? So I look at my relationship with my father and the other masculine people in my life, and I talk about it through a trans masculine lens, and my decision to take testosterone because I identified as trans and I wasn't on HRT prior, but it the show is called To Tea or Not to Tea, so it lands with the question of or it lands with the answer to that, and how it was like a fully informed decision.
yeah. 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 It was a great. Both versions were absolutely wonderful.
Thank you.
Yeah, and even when I saw for the first time in 2019, I think there were a couple years that I hadn't seen you, so it was a nice like catch up with your life. Okay, so I guess maybe rewind back to 2022. Tea or Not to Tea is has your run has ended, and at the same time you were booking a couple TV shows too, right?
Yeah, I feel like I don't know what I did. Oh no, you know what it was? That the last things that I did were um so a year prior to Tea or Not to Tea, the Kirk Douglas run was I shot for Bros, which was Billy Eichner's gay
Mm.
movie, gay rom com.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And so right after the run of To Tea or Not to Tea, we did it came out, and then that fall I did Quantum Leap,
Yeah.
and then I think that was the yeah, that's the last things that I was doing. And you're asking me like, oh, what was life like after 2022? And it has been a wild roller coaster, and possibly not in the
Yeah.
best of ways, but
I
in
hear you.
ways that
Mm-hmm.
ways that
Same.
help me.
Same. Yeah. Oh
Yeah.
God. Yeah. There was a lot of yeah. Oh, same, same.
So so
Like mine involved antidepressants. Same.
yeah, the
A lot of ups and
typical
downs.
things, exactly.
Mhm.
So I was also um so the year prior I had ended my at that point almost 11-year relationship, and going I there was like stuff that we needed to figure out, and so the process only really started after the run. So everything was like on hold until then, and then that was me contending with a lot of things in my past relationship around dynamics and compatibility, but also like the growth around um, you know I think that in my culture we we're doers and we're givers, like we there's something about just being there for people, and I think that I had to sort of contend with like bending so far forward to
Yeah.
please or appease energy in our relationship that um, I
You
snap.
break your yeah, you break your own back.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
So we basically I was kind of looking at all of these patterns that I had, like, probably as coping mechanisms, as defense mechanisms, really just, I felt like as a queer person, I had done my ugly therapy work, but I had to do a lot more. And so, I was in that process, and I was like really, 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 really down. And I started to think about, well, if I am going through this divorce, plus, I had like not the best experience with my manager during the run, and I
Mm.
had just
Mm.
gotten him from uh the Bros gig. So I just kind of looking at like what I wanted in my life, and I knew it was kind of ballsy to, not have any representation, but I was like, I would rather not have somebody who was not on the same page as I was than to um, to move forward. And so I just I wouldn't say it's like I got jaded. It's more like I got a bit tired. Like I was
Yeah,
just like
of the
exhausted
the
of
hamster
the
wheel
hamster
of
wheel. Yeah,
especially balancing between because you're a writer too,
yeah,
so between the writing and developing your own show, um, and everything else and auditioning too, throw that in there.
exactly,
Yeah,
exactly.
I hear you,
So
absolutely.
yeah, so then I basically was like, if I'm going through all of this and I just feel like I want to cry, then I know that I'm not the only one. Like we're still in a pandemic. It's not
Yeah.
fully, like I was like, our world is, if I'm feeling this way and I have support systems and I have access to therapy, then I know that there are other people in this world, probably a large majority of people in this world that are hurting. And so I was like, I don't since I've been on testosterone, the the I am not allowed access to my tears the same way I was when I was pre-teen.
Pre.
And
Mm,
um so I started doing a little bit of my own research, because I was like, oh, I would love to just set up shop in, at some bustling parts of LA, whether that's Third Street Promenade or Studio City or wherever, and set up a booth where I invite people to cry with me.
mhm,
And so I started doing some research about this, and I was like, oh,
mhm,
well, nobody's going to cry with me because I look like this, and nobody trusts guys and all this. And I'm like, well, if I have my femme friends around, then they can vouch for me,
mm,
being somebody that strangers would want to cry with. And then I was like, no, fuck that. I want to do this with other masculine people of color.
mm,
The
mhm,
very people that, you know, represent, that same visual that people are scared of, in quotes,
mm.
right?
And also nurturing, like
Well,
coming into it as
yes, yes,
is
yes,
it an
yes,
act
yes.
of nurturing?
It is active nurturing, but what I'm saying is that
Yeah.
I was like, the thing that I thought might stop people from wanting to engage with this project, I was like, no, let me fortify it and show that men of color who are supposedly scary can also be, in tune with their emotions and nurturing. Exactly.
Mm,
So I ended up uh, doing like my own research on this stuff. And then I worked on this project called Cry With You, and we've mounted it 3 times thus far. And it's essentially, a commentary on how women and femmes have to shoulder a lot of I mean, they are the emotional support for so many people, not just
mm,
uh, like masculine people, but other femmes and other women. And so this is a project that's ongoing. It's not like some people are like, "Oh, you do comedy," and I'm like, "Yeah, no, comedic theater is my source of power." But you know, for in order for me as a comic to create the work that I do, I have to really sit in my dark for a while and find the light myself.
Yeah,
And
yeah, yeah, yeah.
so this is just like part of that. And, and so I was working on that project. I've also like been doing other projects too, like,
Of course.
teaching projects
Yeah, yeah, that's right. That's
and
right.
gigging, all of that
Right.
stuff, like the same stuff that I've always been doing. But
But yeah, that was your focus for
this is my
quite a while.
focus,
Hmm.
and it's I think it's meeting the moment,
Yeah.
and it doesn't seem like the moment is changing. So I feel like this project is important to continue right now. And so it's fun. Like it's fun, and it's also serious, and it makes me feel so alive and part of this world as a creator, in a world where everything feels like you're the most amount of engagement that you will have is through social
Mhm.
media.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
yeah. So
Damn you,
that,
social
and then
media.
I also started producing um more short content films. So there were two narrative, actually there's three altogether, but like two narratives that weren't my work, and then one that was a documentary.
Nice.
So the documentary has a whole impact team behind it, and we actually are going to be screening it at VC. With It's in partnership with Color
Yeah.
Congress, and
Hmm.
then that will be on the 24th of this month.
This month. Oh,
Yeah,
where's the venue? Or is it
I think it's at the Democracy Center
at
actually.
Democracy? Okay.
Yeah, or
Okay. Oh,
JANA.
for those who don't know, VC is visual communications. So it's visual communications, and what's the other
Color
organization?
Congress, which
Color
is
Congress. Yeah.
a nonprofit for documentarians. And so I was doing that, and so a lot of the work, and then still doing work in Jaffna in Sri Lanka. So
Hmm.
the stuff that I do there, I don't really talk about a whole lot, except with other Tamil people, because it's like trying to get
Specific.
aid, and or not aid, but like resources over there. Um but it's been like realer, more soul satisfying work,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
you know?
Especially because artists, especially I suppose in our 20s and 30s, when we have like less responsibilities, like we figure out the hamster wheel. But then once you're like 35, because I'm 45 right now, so like
Mhm.
getting into your 40s, we start being like, okay, like priorities change.
Totally.
And part of that, and I remember like I took a good like I mean, relatively speaking, it's not that long, but like, telling my agents I'm booking out for 4 to 5 months, like to us, it feels like a lot,
Yeah.
especially when you've been on the wheel for so long.
Mhm.
But like learning, after you've done it for a while, you're like, it's okay. Like you can go off and focus on one thing and be like, just get off the wheel for a little bit to
Yeah.
go off and yeah, yeah.
And
And it
live
is true.
a
Yeah,
little,
and live, no
like live
kidding.
and learn, and yeah.
Yeah.
It's I think
Yeah.
this productivity hamster wheel thing is like the death of us, because now it's not just actors in their car running from place to place auditioning or whatever. It's that it's everything is like right here.
Yeah.
There's not
Yeah.
there's no difference between where we audition, where we do our voiceovers, where we get our social media, where we get our news, where we get our, and sometimes you just have to like put it away and just
Yeah.
live.
Yeah. Yep. Definitely, definitely. So, I guess kind of refocusing to belly laughs.
Hmm.
If we go back to like 2023, it was probably like the rougher patches. And were you starting to develop like a new set just on when it comes to your comedy side?
Yeah. So I kind of. So the thing is, I've been writing for the third piece, and initially I thought it was gonna be like more theatrical. So that version of it was called Queer Noise, and it was actually a conversation with my sister who has passed, and um and that was about how in this world where as queer people we are supposed to suddenly have our lives together, et cetera, um, that if like we know all the bills that are out there to take away queer and trans people's rights.
Right.
And given that, we understand the impact that it's having on young people, on parents of young people, like everything, right?
Hmm.
And then we think that we're not affected even as older queers, right? And that's a lie. Like we are affected. And so I talk about that noise that is constantly there telling us that we don't belong and how you um, hurdle over that
Yeah.
on your good days
Right.
and you struggle circumventing it on your bad days, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
And and so I was writing that piece and then I was like, well, do you know Alice Hum?
Yes. Like
Queer,
sounds. Yeah.
like
Sounds like
short
familiar.
hair, like
Yeah.
glasses, and
Hmm.
very incredible, like uh, you know,
Yeah. We
writer
must.
and
Yeah. Yeah. Must
activist,
have
and
crossed
yeah.
paths. Yeah.
So Alice was talking to me about like you know being older, but and we were having a conversation about like how since I was even younger, I was kind of mentoring queer people, whether they were older or younger, but in their sort of queer, you know, adulting, right?
Hmm.
And but you know, from for it, you know, this is my story is that you know, growing up, it's like there were no adults around telling us that we were okay. So we were all like just basically learning from each other, which isn't the
Yeah.
best combination
Right. You're
for
kind of
that.
winging it. Yeah.
Totally,
Yeah.
exactly. So so how we take this role really seriously when we are put into that position, right? And so
Yeah. Yeah.
I go, I don't feel like I'm an elder because I'm still younger. And then Alice was like, melder. And I was
Mm.
like, that's so because somebody melds and
Yes.
who's still like a youngish sort of
Right.
elder, right?
Right. 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 Yeah.
Well,
Yeah. Yeah.
so that is what I've been writing. That feels like
Mm.
it's flowing a lot easier because I'm talking about my life post divorce.
Yes. Yes.
And so there's so many funny stories and things like that, but they're not ripe for the stage yet. Like they're longer
Hmm.
stories, more
Yeah. Yeah.
setup. You know what I'm saying? More
Right.
setup and
Yeah.
less on the
More
punchlines. So
storytelling.
exactly.
Yeah. Yeah.
So because of that, I haven't taken any of that content to the stage yet. Um, but it's you know things creep in, things creep. You know, I think that with every comic is like you have your like strong material and then you like add things as the days weeks go on.
Right.
So
Right. Right. Yeah. 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 Oh, interesting. So, for you, how did Belly Laughs come together? Are you still so you currently don't have a manager, for example?
I don't. I think Kate just reached out and was like, "Hey, do you want to
Yeah.
do this?" And I
Of
was
course.
like,
Yeah.
"Yeah, of course." So it
Nice.
looks really fun. It looks really great. I don't know what is. I know that it's their first time, so I don't think anybody really knows
Mm-hmm.
like how it's
What
gonna
to
be.
expect?
Yeah, what to expect.
Yeah. Yeah.
But given that there's gonna be great food,
Food. I know, right? We're all just like food.
food. I know the food. I feel like the food's gonna be amazing. Um,
Yeah.
so I'm
And
really looking
yeah.
forward to that.
Yeah, but they're really going all out,
Yeah,
especially like renting out Peacock Nokia, whatever the heck that theater is called now.
yeah,
Peacock
yeah,
Theater? Yeah, and then that entire plaza and then accessing other venues and stuff. It's kind of like go big or go home. And I was like,
yeah,
okay.
yeah. It feels like that. So
Yeah.
I'm just very excited to be there and be a part of the lineup and just
Yeah, yeah.
hanging
Oh,
out with
and
homies.
what time, and what day is your
3:05 to 3:20. It's a quick set, 15-minute set.
Ooh, okay, okay. So I got to interview actually Kieran
Oh yeah.
uh the couple day last week. Yeah. And I think Kieran's right after you or before. And it is her birthday that day,
Oh
FYI.
shit!
I
Happy
think you guys
birthday,
might be back
Kieran.
to back, so you might be able to like
There we go.
riff off of that.
Oh.
So are you back doing more comedy or is it, Cape invited you, so you're like, okay, I'll do
I
it
it's
or
like it's both and. I just did
okay.
comedy in last week at in San Francisco's Fresh Meat, and before that I was performing someplace.
So you're still incorporating everything. Like,
Yeah, yeah,
you're not
yeah,
gonna
yeah.
say no. You're gonna just
No.
add it to your calendar of gigs,
Yes.
whatever it may be.
Exactly. Exactly.
Okay,
Yeah.
so yeah, you're continuing to actually going back to your trilogy, like how do you envision it like existing in the world? Like I know you're saying like the uh T or not to T at Kirk Douglas, like you physically can't, you can't get the footage. Like, do you see yourself having like a trilogy performance weekend or
You know
like
what? I think that because of the level of production on these
yeah,
things, it might be difficult to do it like back to back. But I've done other things where, um, I've done comedy and then done a completely different thing the next day. So it just all depends. But right now, Kaya Press and I have been
yeah, yeah.
talking about publishing all three and as performance text. And
Yes.
then, I have my own copy of To Tea or Not to Tea, but done in a different way at the LGBT Center. So
Yes.
I have some options if I were to, uh, you know, share them, but it's not the best footage. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It might be better, like, at least to exist in textual format in the
Yeah,
world.
yeah,
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's so cool. That's so cool. Yay.
yeah.
Do you have a timeline for installation number 3?
I'm hoping to do the workshop next year. I'm actually planning to do a version of the workshop this
Mm.
year, but in the
Nice.
Bay,
Nice.
and
Yeah.
then do a workshop premiere next year.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice, nice, nice.
We'll
Okay.
see what the world is like.
Oh, shit. Damn
Remember
it.
that?
Oh,
I
fuck.
know.
I'm like, fuck
Like,
me.
what? I don't, who knows?
Who
I mean, who
knows?
knows? Like, I'm still trying to figure out, how my health insurance is,
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yep. I don't know what they I'm like, I mean, is it just does everything lean on well, like you're in California, like we have covered
we have
California?
certain protections, but
Certain.
something just happened where, well, I just found out that Blue Shield is leaving the UCLA group and so then that would keep
Yes.
anybody who was on Blue Shield who was attached to the gender clinic not able
Yeah.
to access their
Right.
care. But
Yeah. Yeah.
there's other ways that people can access care, but again,
Mm.
we don't know.
Yeah, everything's up in the air.
Everything is up in the air right
And
now.
it's yeah.
It's like
Shit.
you can get some information that's solid, like, like I even asked my doctors and then it's like,
Yeah.
oh, the next time I see them, they're like, well, things have changed
Different
now. Yeah,
answer. Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah. It's and yeah, even the most reliable is not guaranteed to be reliable a week out. Like we're so kind of yeah, and that's a shitty thing. Do you think what I mean, it can't not creep into your work, right? It
Everything
can't
is
not.
gonna be in there.
Yeah.
Oh.
Oh shit. Damn. Actually, I'm also working on a solo show, but it won't be touching this this era.
Yeah, I heard. That's so
You
great.
heard what?
You told me.
Oh, I guess I did. Oh yeah, 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 a little bit. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, you told me on
Okay,
in
yeah.
the email.
I've been trying to that's true. I've been trying to tell people so it keeps me accountable. You know
Yeah,
how that works, right? When you're
yeah.
working on your own shit.
Well,
Yeah.
if you need help,
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, you're actually one of the when I finally was like, "Oh, I'm gonna do this it's in 2025." I hope it'll be on baby legs at the end of this year, which
hell
means
yeah.
like there's gonna be months where I'm just be like, I'm gonna just write. But you were one of the
You
first
need,
people
I feel like solo
I thought
shows, you
about.
need people to sort of handhold you because there's just so much going on. And so last year as well, I had two students go to the Fringe, and I have a partner who runs them to their, her name is Shamala Murthy. She's an incredible artist. She, helps them with get to their like first rough
Right,
draft.
right.
And then I come in and I basically dramaturg the shit out of it. And then, um, and then I, then she ended up taking over to direct it.
To direct it.
And I'm there like co-directing,
Right. Yeah.
but I'm not in the studio every single day. I'm doing, other things.
Okay. And I mean, I could probably, start yeah, start writing for grants and stuff like that. And I know Fringe also offers scholarships.
They do.
So were you part of a scholarship deal, or were
No,
you brought in,
actually,
you know,
uh,
privately, I guess?
yes, privately.
Oh, okay. All right. Cool. Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. I feel like all of a sudden a lot of like doing the solo show is the trendy thing to do, but I think it's also an offshoot of just the writer's strike and
Yeah.
yeah, the actor's strike, and we're just like, shit, we have time to do solo shows all of a sudden.
Yep. I would think so.
I mean, so you're even writing wise, like it's not like you're writing because you were writing for TV at one point, right?
No, that was I wasn't writing for TV, but I was in um so I have a writing partner and we continue to write
Mhm,
and
mhm.
pitch, but there was a project of mine that was being incubated at Powder Keg, which is Paul Feig's company. So then we did have a
Mm.
writer's room around that.
Ah,
Yeah.
okay.
And
Got it.
then I had another project that was similar and there was a room.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I'm just like, it's so you would definitely feel in the last 3 years just like a vacuum as far as any of the work that came via Hollywood, and just filling it in with everything else out of that.
Exactly.
Yeah. Yep, me too. Cool. So I guess so Belly Laughs is for no one, those for those who don't know, it's 14 and 15, Saturday, Sunday.
No,
No, Friday, Saturday. No,
it's Saturday, Sunday, I think.
Saturday,
Or maybe
Sunday.
it's Friday and Saturday, but it's the 12th, I think, is the day that I go. Oh, no, 11th.
Oh no. Huh?
Oh, let's
What?
see.
No, let's look at our calendars here.
Saturday, July 12th.
Oh, there it is, 12. I'm like 15th. This is a whole
Wow,
different
we're
day.
horrible.
I know. Well, no, so for people who don't know, like when one is like Dilo or myself, we don't really go by the days of the week or any anymore. We're just like, are we working today or not? It's an on day or off day where we are always working and always not working.
Exactly. It's like whether or not we're dressed up to work or not.
Yep.
That's how I see it.
Yep, pretty much. And like for me, like this week is Anime Expo in downtown LA.
Right?
So it should be interesting. But I actually kick off work with a dinner meeting, but then like Thursday, Friday, Saturday, I'm just labeling them as like day 1, day 2, day 3, and that's it.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
Yeah, that
yep.
sounds about
Yeah.
right.
Yes. So, as a belly laugh participant, I'm assuming you get a pass for both days,
Yes, I
right?
would
Yeah.
assume that as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm pretty excited. Yeah. I mean, I don't know, anyone up and coming in the lineup, or like you came across, or have you even looked at who
No,
else is
I
performing?
looked a long time ago.
Yeah.
I feel like Atsuko and Jenny are doing it, right?
Yeah, they are.
And then,
Uh,
yeah, I think I talked to both of them. I think one of my little mentees, um, James Tom, is going to be there, and then, but they're fucking flying, like
nice.
yeah,
So when you say mentee, like what? Like how does that
yeah. This was
happen, or
so
how do you approach it?
when I did a workshop of Tati or Not Tati in 2017. It was 2017. No, shit, this was
Mhm.
2012,
Oh, going way back.
and that was defunct actually. That was the first one. So
Oh, I remember
they
that.
yeah,
I
they
think I
came
remember
and
that.
they
Yeah.
did that. They were my intern during that production.
Uh,
Non-binary comic doing really good work, um, and good human being. And
and so the mentee, as in like, what kind of path are they
no,
taking, or just as a creative,
they're
or?
a comic actor, writer, everything. Um, and when I say mentee, like they have been like in my life since then. And we
Yeah.
just, I have a lot
Oh,
of those. little
Yeah.
ones. I go
Your
on
flocks,
I,
your
I go
flock.
on I go on walks every Tuesday or and
Yeah.
Thursday
Uh-huh.
um, with younger queer people because I'm like, my ass needs to go for a walk and you all need somebody to talk to, so let's do it. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Cool bands. All right. So just wrap it up here. And so I always close it out, or we always close it out with this question because we're called United by Rice.
Mhm.
What is your favorite rice dish?
Oh my
And
God.
noodles are included. Yeah. And it could be your current favorite dish,
This
your
is such a
all
great
time.
question.
Yeah.
So we have, um, our rice and curry. But the thing is, for us, it's different than like North Indian food where you get like five, I guess, minimum, different curries with your rice.
Right.
And they're
Right.
all very, 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 very different. It's not like, I mean, no shade to the North Indian food that is in the restaurant, but sometimes you're like, is this just a different vegetable with the same sauce?
Yeah.
Um, so, and I think that that's also because of the access to a certain kind of vegetation that we
True.
have that like they don't have, right?
Yes, that's
But
true.
and then we also have um these. It's called puttu, which is rice flour with coconut,
Mm,
and you steam it
mm.
in a. Originally, it was like in a bamboo, but now they have these like cylinder things,
Right. Right.
and that is like one of my favorites. And we also have a rice string noodle, but they're
Yes.
made in these patties. So
Mm,
they call them idiyappam is the Tamil way to say it, but we call them string hoppers. And yes, that is so good. So basically, those are the staples, and then you
yeah.
eat your rice and curry with it.
Got it. Going back to the steamed, I mean, is it more like what's the texture of it? Is it close to being a steamed bun because it's
No, so what they do
oh,
is
like yeah.
they take the dough, the rice dough, and they put it in this little contraption, and then they take the top part and it squeezes it out. So it's almost like how
Uh,
you make fried crepes, in this
yeah.
with the string,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
but you're not frying it; you're steaming it. So
Steaming it.
you make the thing, and then
Oh,
it gets put over some boiling water to steam it.
yeah.
So it's soft. But
Uh,
there are versions where they will stir fry those noodles or
right, right. Because it's noodles, you can do a
yeah.
lot of things with it. Okay. And actually, a sub question. Is there any place good in LA
Okay.
for
So this
Tamil?
is the sad thing, and I wish
Okay.
that all the Sri Lankan restaurateurs would know this,
Mm-hmm.
is that they're so afraid of burning white people's mouths that they do like a couple of quote unquote Sri Lankan dishes, which is
Mm-hmm.
mostly Sinhalese. These are all mostly Sinhalese
Mm-hmm.
restaurants. Um, and then the rest of them are like Asian fusion.
Oh,
So,
right,
because we have
right.
that too, right? Like we
Yeah,
have that
yeah.
in our cuisine as well.
Mhm.
There's like Chinese Sri Lankan food. There's Indian
Mhm.
Sri Lankan food. Like so, um, it's sad because the Sri Lankan food is spicy, and so when you go to these restaurants, it's like no spice,
Mm.
and so some of them don't last for that long, and I think it's because people like us don't want to go and eat there because
Uh,
it's not
yeah,
authentic.
right.
Um, or there's not that many dishes, right? And so there are some places that I feel are still out there and they're doing that, but one of them is somebody told me that curry pinch, which I did have it when it was in the valley and it's
Mm,
really good.
mm.
But again, the spice level wasn't up there, but maybe that's changed because this was years ago. And then the other one is here in Westwood, called Seabury. SEA like
Yeah,
C and then
yeah,
bird Burry.
yeah.
And that the flavors are popping there too, but again, it's to me as somebody who only eats fish,
Mm.
the what they have to give is not.
Interesting. Well, I
And I
hope
feel
they
bad for
yeah.
saying that because I
Yeah,
don't want anything to happen to them because that's where I get my fix.
right. But just as a counter, hopefully maybe someone will be like, "You know what? If gelada in Thai Town
Yes.
can do it, why can't we?
Exactly.
Hopefully, because she went for it. And when you walk in there, like, I mean, I guess it's a reputation, but like when you walk in there, we're like, no, 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 we're not doing white people spice.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, because when I'm in Thai Town, I'm like, they're like spice level, and I'm like, are we talking Thai spicy or like white person spicy?
Yeah.
They're like, no, we're closer to Thai. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna get the lower medium.
Yes.
You know?
Exactly. Exactly.
Yeah. So hopefully we can all inspire each other.
Mhm.
So hopefully I will see you at Belly Laughs.
Yes.
Yes. Okay. It was great talking with
Great
you.
talking to you, Junko. You take care of yourself.
You too. All right.